You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another, yet again, another TADPOG podcast.
That's like you were freestyling.
Yeah.
I like it. Another. Again.
Once more, some trouble in it.
I don't know how to, I got no snare in my headphones. I don't know how to freestyle rap. Is that going to be a problem?
Oh, I do.
On this
That's
show?
fine. I'll make it for both of us.
All right, excellent. If you could just in the middle of this episode.
I just have to wait until my limit break charges back up again.
Oh, is that your limit break?
Yeah.
Freestyle rap?
I don't have my limit very often.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you have to equip the hockey jersey on Tyler and all the hockey gear on Tyler, and then
I turn into dry tubs.
Yeah, dry tub. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's good.
But this show, we were playing through all the games in the NES Classic.
Yeah, welcome back to our Final Fantasy XI podcast. Yeah. So we're going to talk about all kinds of Final Fantasy XI stuff.
Absolutely.
Just to get those numbers up again.
Sean Miller here again. Hashtag even more Miller.
What's up, Sean? Hey, everybody. Good to see you again. Good to see you too, fucker.
Shibbity-doo! Adam Sandler can just play Sean Miller on just about anything. I imagine if Sean Miller in a movie will be played by Adam Sandler.
I challenge Adam Sandler to play Sean Miller. He can't do it.
The greatest acting challenge of his life.
Yeah, he can't do it. It's impossible.
But this week, what we're going to do is we're going to... a game was bought for us.
Yeah, Paul Anderson bought us Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon.
Hell yes.
That's a new game, not an old game.
But it's a new retro game.
Yeah, it's kind of a throwback.
So
it fits. Trust us.
It does.
It
Absolutely.
fits.
Absolutely.
And we have done stuff on this show that fits a whole lot less than this.
And Sean Miller just texted me
really
right now.
Is it about Adam Sandler?
I summoned him.
Yo, dog, did you watch Pixels yet? Miller does not talk like that. I don't know why I said that. But.
Miller talks just like off mic. He sounds just like J-Rock from Trailer Park Boys. So
yeah.
But Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. Because I had to look because I wasn't sure initially. Whenever I was like, "Oh, Bloodstained, something," that's that Kickstarter game. Oh, okay, great, cool.
Sure.
Then I found out this is not the Kickstarter game.
It's not.
Exactly.
It's not. This is a bonus game that got unlocked from
their stretch goal.
Yeah, the stretch goal on Kickstarter. I should probably know the name of the real game.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Ritual of the Night. There we go. It's like Symphony of the Night, but not.
Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it won't be. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find. We'll see.
If this game is anything to talk about this studio's design, then I'm gonna say it's gonna be pretty good.
I think it's different. I think it's different developers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For both games?
Yeah, because I looked into that because I was like, spoilers, I fucking love this game. So I was like, I didn't get in on that Kickstarter. Yeah. So I was like, God damn, maybe I should have fucking done that.
I almost did, but then didn't at the last second.
I thought about it, but I got to be honest with you, man. This may be an unpopular opinion, but like the character designs, I kind of looked at it and I was like, blah. And I mean, I still kind of look at it. I'm like, meh. But it's like if the gameplay is good, which I think it's going to be, then I should have kickstarted the game.
Yeah. Oh well, you still get it. It's
coming. Yeah, I should just take the Oathbreaker Blake Woods route and just buy the game when it's available for everybody. Because it's like the rewards. It's like, oh, we reached a stretch goal. We're gonna release Curse of the Moon. That you can just buy for $10. Or Paul Anderson
or have someone buy for you.
Right. So, I think I'm just going to buy it. After I read the reviews.
Yeah.
There's also that.
Or unless Paul wants to buy for us again. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
Paul Anderson, if you would like to buy us the Ritual of the Night.
That guilt will get it played a lot quicker. So there you go.
Yeah, it totally will. I wanted to play this game a lot. So I was just trying to like save a little bit of money. And it's like, it's kind of embarrassing to be like, I just wanted to save $10, but I did. I just wanted to save $10. And everyone was talking about this game, Curse of the Moon, and like how good it was. And I kept resisting and kept resisting. And then all it took was somebody being like, I'll buy it. And it's like, yeah, okay, great. This is great.
It's like the old McElwain whenever we go anywhere kind of thing.
Yeah. We have to pay his cover charge to get into places.
No, I'm going. I'm going to stand right here. I'm not going in.
Yeah.
Nope. You guys have fun. I'm going to stand right here.
Yeah. Fine.
Here's $5 for his cover. Oh, thank you, man. It's pretty nice. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I really McElwained it. But to be fair, you didn't buy this game either.
Nope. Not at all. I just wanted to bring him a McElwain story.
We both McElwained it. Yeah, I remember him doing that at St. Patrick's Day, on St. Patrick's Day, when we went to visit you when you lived in Louisville. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't even his town. He's standing in front of a bar in Louisville.
Yep.
Just going to wait for us.
Bunch of drunk people outside. I'll just stand here.
Yeah. Hey, man.
I see what you're doing. Here's $5.
I respect that. I respect it.
I see your grift. I acknowledge it.
Yeah, I respect this grift.
Well met.
Mm-hmm. What we should have all done, we should have just all stood outside.
Oh, no, that's cool. Like, just Shake goes in and we all wait for him outside.
Fuck yeah, I just wanted to stand out anyway.
It's pretty cool. It smells like vomit out here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's great. I can see all the people in real lighting as they come out of the door. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm not going to get duped. It's great.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
But before we get started on Bloodstained, Curse the Moon,
yes,
I got a few things.
Okay.
One, I was re-listening to some old episodes.
Oh, why?
So I ran out of my podcast. So I was like, I'm going to listen to some intros and see how it sounded.
Oh, yeah.
And like I listened to when we were talking about like Disney and Graceland and things like that.
Oh, so not too old.
Not too old. Okay. No. No, I'm not going to go way old. Fuck
not
that.
The bad stuff. Not the real bad stuff.
Not the stuff on YouTube.
You're right. Yeah. Thank you, Executive Producer Cheney. But also, not to say that what we're doing right now is necessarily good.
Yeah.
But it is better than what we did 5 years ago, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. But I just wanted to say, like, when I'm talking about those trips, like I'm trying to be funny and show like the funny sort of negative aspects of those trips.
Yes,
but
Tyler.
I feel like it makes me also come off like I don't like the trips or don't appreciate the trips.
Yeah, you definitely do, because I thought that you didn't like them.
Because I wanted to reiterate, like, my wife is amazing at planning all these trips, pulling me out of a bubble. I never ever would have gone to Graceland. It would have been years longer before I'd ever gone to Disney.
Yeah.
So
your secret's safe with me. I'm gonna make sure she doesn't listen to this episode.
Never knows.
You can be honest. It's fine.
No, I love the vacations. I was just trying to tell like the funnier parts, and the funnier parts were just the negative parts.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make it sound like that because they were great, and I appreciate them, and I appreciate her.
Who doesn't love when bears break into their car? Who doesn't love that? That's wonderful.
Yeah. Still all Kenneth's gummy snacks.
They heard we had a lot of bears who listened to the show. Blumpkin bear, bovine bear.
SuicideBoys.fun. Place for all the bears.
No, don't plug that anymore.
Okay.
I got a notification from our web host. It's like it verbatim. It was like, "Yo, dog, this domain's about to expire. Would you like to renew it for $13?" And I was like, no.
Nope.
No, thank you.
I'm not going to spend $10 on a game I like, much less this thing. Nope.
Yeah, right, exactly. It was fun for a year. Yep. I hope you guys got in on SuicideBoys.fun for the year that it was up. All it did was redirect you to TADPOG.com. I just couldn't break myself. I couldn't bring myself to do it because it's like that's not the only like joke domain that I own. Like I probably spend $70 a year.
We're not just the McElroy level of joke
of anything.
Domains.
Yeah, of anything.
I'm just saying. I feel like he rattled off all the shit he's bought, and it was like hundreds of dollars of joke domains.
I remember that episode. Yeah, I'm just copycat Dave Moore. It's like, it seems like a fun thing to waste money on.
SuicideBoys.fun is pretty good, though.
SuicideBoys.fun, that was, we did have to do that one legit. So, and I feel like it was great for that episode.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that, and we got a package over here.
What?
We got this package, a surprise package that I walked in today from work, and it was sitting on my kitchen counter.
We got stacks coming in. I haven't gotten the new packages from the P.O. Box yet, but Nicole has alerted me that we have at least 2 packages that she has.
We were going to take the other part, the chocolate part of Blumpkin Bear's package, but Choco Chica is not here. She's at a friend's house. So we're going to save that.
We're going to wait for her.
Chris Vaughn sent me an amazing package
Big pie baker.
He made me a sort of a retro box with a screen and Super Nintendo controllers, and It's fucking
when
amazing.
you put it that way, it sounds real cool.
Yeah.
You made your retro box with a screen?
A retro box. Screen retro box. I don't even know what to call it. Like
it looks like it. I've seen it. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
It looks like a tablet, essentially, that is a retro Pi.
Yeah,
right?
It's amazing. The interface you put on it, everything. It's amazing.
It's like the thickness of like a I don't know, like a Nancy Drew book or something like that.
I mean,
a Hardy Boys, if you will.
It's a Hardy Boys. Yeah.
That's when the next project I want to have Chris work on for me is I do want him to put a RetroPie inside a Hardy Boys book.
Yeah. I remember, this is weird, like I remember in elementary school, I was really into the Hardy Boys. Read a bunch of their books. And there was one book that I thought had the coolest cover in our school library.
They had good covers.
And I remember I never finished this one. I would just check it out and just keep it on top of my stack of books whenever I go to school or whatever, just because I like to look at it.
You like to look at the cover?
I
Which one was it?
Checked it out.
I need to look this up.
I think it was something to do with like Pirates Cove or something like some kind of like a shack and a ship.
A shack and a ship.
We're on the cover.
I'm going to use these as Google search terms.
So I must have checked that out like every week just to keep it because I liked it so many fucking times.
You couldn't. Why didn't you buy it at the Scholastic Book Fair?
Oh, too old for that shit, man.
The Hardy Boys, yeah. I never saw Hardy Boys books in there.
It was rebound in like a different way. It wasn't like a typical Hardy Boys book. It was like the library must have rebound it, so it just looked different. Looked more like a tan tome.
There was art on the cover though?
Uh-huh. You could barely see it.
I've got Mystery of Smuggler's Cove pulled up.
Maybe
but
that's
probably isn't it because it's just two boys looking around a tree.
Nope, not it.
Bummer. All right, well, I don't know. The search continues. I have the Hardy Boys, The Stone Idol, which is just two boys talking to each other below, I guess, a dead Native American. I think that's what that is. It really does,
the 90s.
It does it looks like, I wish everyone could see this because it looks like, it really looks like the one is explaining death to the other one.
So if somebody would please go through to all the Hardy Boys book covers and slightly alter that to be me and Dave.
Yes. I didn't realize, I haven't looked at Hardy Boys covers in so long. I didn't realize that all the fucking covers are just two boys. And it's like, they're just like in nature.
Hanging out?
Yeah, it's a little.
See, we should take all those covers, change them to be you and I, and then rename them as like the old episodes. Like that one with the two boys talking about the dead Native American. Just have that be Sunset Riders in that yellow strip.
Right. Oh, man. We do. Well. I need to make some Hardy Boys parody covers.
All the quote unquote TADPOG classic episodes need to be redone in that art.
I love it. Look at this, the Hardy Boys Mystery of the Samurai Sword. Look at that, man.
Bushido blade. There we go.
Yeah, nailed it. I love it. Cool. So, Mastermold Mike sent us some stuff.
He did. So I want to talk more, maybe for like a Patreon. I want to talk more about what Chris sent me and break it down and talk about it because it's amazing. So I don't want to go into it too much now.
Okay.
And he also sent a ton of like these tiny bottles of super hot sauce.
Lots of hot sauce, yeah.
So I think that whole package might be pretty good for like a Patreon or something.
I think we just need to I got an idea for a new segment. All right. Because we have a lot of hot sauce now. Lots of it. I know more of it's coming. We need to have a segment called The Slow Burn where we just try a hot sauce each episode.
Yeah, and I think you're right.
And then it's just a slow burn, and then we do a quick little 2 to 3 minute review on the hot sauce, and then that's how we get in the hot sauce selling business.
All right.
So we can edge out Billy Mitchell.
Or I go get a big metal bucket.
Mix them all together.
We pour them all
together. Let's do it. Let's do
all
a graveyard.
Like 200 bottles of hot sauce graveyard.
Yeah. And then let's dip stuff in it and see what happens. What happens when we put a candied apple inside this bucket full of hot sauce?
I'm just eating different shit that's dipped in it.
Dude, I was joking, but when I said that aloud, I could picture the YouTube thumbnail. Like, that has to exist on YouTube, where it's like, you've seen all the things, like, watch a microwave get crushed in a hydraulic press and like stuff like that. That's very much, we just invented a YouTube channel.
Yep.
The Hardy Boys Hot Sauce channel.
So go ahead and just send us stuff you want to see us dunk in the big bucket of hot sauce.
Yes, please.
But my Mastermold Treasure Goblin Mike sent this to my house.
I haven't heard Treasure Goblin in a minute.
In a
I
while.
like it, yeah.
I opened it up, and the first thing that says, new desk decorations. It's nice to know people who can make creative items.
New desk decorations? So it's a box full of suction cup dildos.
And the first thing I pull out looks like a shadow box. It is. It looks like it's the thing that people in YouTube get after like getting 1 million subscribers. So
Does it say congratulations on your 129 subscribers?
God, I wish it did.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
But it has the YouTube symbol and TADPOG and a blue and white play button with thank you for contributing to video game podcasting since December 2012.
That's fucking awesome.
I will take a picture of this and put this on the Instagram.
Excellent. I took photographs of all the books that Drew from the For the Love of Indie podcast sent us, and then I did nothing with it. It just is still on my phone. Oh, he sent us
so
two?
We each got one.
That's nice, man. I'll put this right next to Garfield's Sad Wiener. This one I won't be ashamed to talk to my son about.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking sweet. Thank you, Mike.
Cool. Thanks, Mike. I saw Mike this past weekend. Exalted Lord Mike of Purdue had his bachelor party.
Which I'm sorry I could not attend. I had to work later than it would have been reasonable for me to drive to Nashville and back afterward.
It was fun. But my point was that, Mike, you could just say shipping. Could have just given it to me.
But yeah, awesome. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, dude. Appreciate it.
So what you got going on?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been playing a lot of this game.
Yeah?
A whole lot of this game. Yeah, and I guess, hi, I'm Dave, your bespectacled host, and I have learned recently that I need to be more of a father to my son and less of an uncle to my son. I've told this story at work several times, so I've honed it. It's a perfect story.
Okay.
It's a perfect.
Awesome.
It's a perfect story. Yeah. It's really not. Yeah. But okay, so it's summer. It's hot. The grass is growing.
It's so fucking
It
hot.
sucks. I have to mow it every week. And the last time I was mowing it, I noticed the grass was rippling. And so I kind of stopped, and sure enough, this black snake peeked his little head around out of the grass and was like, well, it was okay. I wasn't too worried because it was like acting like, oh shit, a lawnmower. Let's get away. So he was trying to climb up the wall of our house, and I stopped the mower, and I thought to myself, you know what? This is a good opportunity to show Henry a snake. And that's not true. What was really going through my mind is, fucking cool, a snake. Let me go get the boy. So I went inside, and Henry's on the couch watching YouTube because, you know, I'm a winner. And he's watching TADPOG.
You had to mow. So, yeah.
And I was like, hey, boy, come out, snake, come out. And he's like, he gets excited and like runs and gets his sandals and puts them on. And then Nikki comes out too. And I'm like, all right, it was over.
No, this is for me and the boy.
Yeah, go back in. And we come around, and then I was like, shit. I don't know where it went because it took took a few seconds to round everybody up, round the crew up for a good old snake viewing. And
good old Kentucky snake looking.
Come on, y'all. So we run back out and go back to the side of the house where the mower is, and I don't see the snake where it was. And so now, like, I'm starting to freak out. I'm like, all right, everybody watch where you step.
It's a trap.
There was certainly a snake here a moment ago. And so, like, I'm looking, and I don't see it. I'm looking in the grass. I don't see it. I've got a hedge that's nearby. I look there. I don't see it. I'm like, where the fuck is this snake? And then I start looking at the wall, and because the snake was trying to climb the wall. And I was like, there's no way the snake climbed this brick wall. There's no way. And as I'm looking, I see half a snake going under the house through the, what do you call those screens or whatever that are, at the bottom of the, that lead into the crawl space? Vent? Yeah, they're like a vent thing. It's got this little hole in it. So have you ever seen the video of like an octopus like escaping a ship through like a dime-sized hole?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I love that video. I have a post. I'll link that in the show notes. So the snake is like halfway through. That's what it reminded me of. The snake is like halfway through, and I've got Henry standing behind me. Nikki's standing behind me as well. And my natural instinct is like, oh shit, its head is under the house. I can touch the snake all I want. So I just start touching the snake. And I'm like, I even like give it a little tug. I'm like, I'm gonna pull this motherfucker out. It's coming out. And then like, so I am like 3 seconds into that.
Steve Irwin. I'm
3 seconds into that. I turn around over my shoulder and I see like Henry just like wide-eyed staring at me. I was like, never do this. Never do this. Daddy.
Oh, I'm going to open its mouth and put my dick inside.
Daddy has a death wish, apparently. It was just a prairie snake. It wasn't like a poisonous snake. But, like, he doesn't know that. You know, like, essentially, I'm just like, great. I just taught my son that, like, see a snake? Grab it.
If it tries to run from me, you chase it, you grab it.
Don't let it go. So I did let it go.
You impress girls with your snake grabbing.
Nikki was pretty impressed. She was. She did have sex with me that night. She's like, man.
I'm going to grab your snake.
That's, yeah. Oh, the way you grab that snake. Let me feel your scaly skin.
You put your head in my house.
You crawl under my house, why don't you?
Get my crawl space fence.
Get in there. Get in there, boy. What are you doing? But yeah, she was like super turned on. So, I mean, that happened for sure.
Oh, all right. Snake grabbing. Yeah.
Snake grabbing.
You could watch some Steve Irwin and get her going before.
Yeah, actually we do that. It's exclusively what we watch.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's my snake story. It's my snake grabbing story.
Because I would not have done that at all.
Yeah? And there's no way he could bite me. His head was under the house.
I agree that it was an okay thing to do, but
no, it was not an okay thing. I'm not trying to convince you.
As far as snake grabbing goes, it's the safest snake grabbing situation.
Yeah, it was pretty safe. I guess the only safe. Did they make snake muzzles? That's probably the only other way.
Oh, we can.
Yeah, let's do that. We have snake muzzles. They're called condoms. There's a side effect. It definitely kills the snake. I guess you can poke a little hole in in
the middle so it can breathe.
Yeah, you gotta give it some air.
If you're real brave, you put it on the snake, then you take it off the snake and you wear that condom.
Well, that's actually how you increase fertility that way.
Yeah.
It reverse engineers the condom so that it actually is not effective at all.
I wish I could think of the Yanti god, but I can't at the moment.
Oh, Yanti gods are tough, man. I don't remember. Old Merkai?
There you go. Snaky snake.
Snake, yeah.
All right, so Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
You want to talk about this game?
Fuck yeah. You hear that, Dave? You hear that shit?
I do hear that. It sounds like a whole bunch of like, okay, imagine this, if you will. Imagine that your job is to build trains. All day long, you're hired.
Train engineer.
A train engineer, exactly. You're hired to build, construct, design trains. Do that in the reverse order, but it's fine. You learn as you go. Okay, so imagine, here's what happened. You're building a train, you run out of fucking train parts. But good news, someone just dropped up a whole bunch of snakes. So what are you going to do? You're going to build a train out of snakes.
Snakes on a train.
You're going to work, you're going to work with what you got. So, yeah, I do hear that. It sounds like a hissing, slithering train, which, of course, ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia.
Yeah. These monkey-fighting snakes on this Monday Friday train.
Yeah. There is, okay, everybody, there is an entry for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Would you like to hear that one instead?
Yes.
Okay. Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, not the game we're talking about, is an upcoming action-adventure video game developed by Artplay and Dico, D-I-C-O, and published by 505 Games. That game is led by former Castlevania series producer Koji Igarashi and is considered a spiritual successor to the Castlevania series. So here we go. Here's the sentence on the game we're going to talk about. A retro-style companion game, Bloodstained, Curse of the Hot Dogs. Just kidding. Curse of the Moon. Was developed by Inti Creates and released in May 2018. Inti Creates, I did a little bit of research on because I was like, that sounds... Okay, to be perfectly honest, I wanted to do research on them because their logo is... very, very weird. It's like it was. Okay, so Inti Creates was founded in 1996, and I'm pretty sure that's when this logo was created as well because it looks like
The opening title of Mario is Missing.
Yeah, it does. It kind of looks like if the Mario is Missing people like were hired to design the Yahoo logo in 1996. That's what this looks like. So I was like, well, I got to see what kind of bullshit these guys made. And turns out they actually made some pretty good games, or so I hear. They put together the Mega Man Zero games, and they were involved in developing the Mega Man games for Wii. So like Mega Man 9 and all that, Mega Man 10. Galgun is a game that I've heard of.
I've heard of that.
And have not played. I believe it is a shooting game where you shoot clothes off of anime girls. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. And then Mighty Gunvolt, which we've heard of. And they helped with a game that we talked about, a little game called Mighty Number 9.
Okay.
They're involved in a lot of Capcom and ex-Capcom stuff because Inti Creates was founded by 10 ex-Capcom people.
Well, because Capcom, much like Konami, just sort of sucks.
I don't know, man.
In that
you
they
think
lit
Capcom sucks?
They lit some of their classic things, like there's still an audience for it, and they kind of squander the goodwill. Like when it comes to the Mega Man Legends series, Capcom sucks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it does suck to see them like throw our favorites to the wayside to do.
And they even said they would bring back Mega Man Legends, and then they said, we didn't get enough support from the fans, so never mind.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I mean, you got a lot. Fuck you for saying, oh no, it's the fans' fault. It's your fault. We're not doing anything with this anymore.
At least Capcom is like making stuff. I'm going to say that, like Resident Evil 7. It's like they're making stuff and it's like they're still relevant.
Well, Konami's making pachinko machines now, right?
They are
That's how they make their money.
Those pachinko machines. Do you remember that Hardy Boys about the time that they all lose their money playing pachinko? Because they don't understand it. Because they're American. And they're just like, pachinko,
and
what is
punching
that?
pachinkos.
Is this like horse racing? I don't understand. The Hardy Boys are experts in horse racing. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Everything I learned about horse racing was from the Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys, in the case of the shotgun horse. Remember that book where they were vets for that
a shotgun came out of its mouth and would kill other horses while it raced.
He was a fast horse. Man, that's almost like a Scooby-Doo episode.
Because also speaking of just horses, I read
let's talk about horses.
A lot of the Black Stallion books. There are a fuck ton of those.
The Black Stallion books. Is that different than Black Beauty?
Yep.
Okay. What are the Black Stallion books? Is that like
the Black
a porn
Stallion
thing?
was like a wild horse that this girl like fell in love with and brought back and trained it to race.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it becomes like an incredible racing Black Arabian horse.
Erotic thriller.
Yeah. Damn right. 50 Shades of Black Stallion.
Yeah.
And eventually he has a son named Satan, who's also a horse racer.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what they named Black Stallion's son, Satan.
It's the children's book?
My parents did not like it.
They knew about it?
When they saw, like, they would look over my shoulder and see what I was reading, they would just see the name Satan several times on a page. Not happy about it.
She rode Satan until he lathered from his pores.
Just foaming, lather, and passed out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't name a horse Satan. At least Lucifer or something.
Yeah, something cool.
Yeah, Morning Star.
Morning Lord. Dawn Star.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
For Dave reads some Wikipedia.
Curse of the Moon.
Curse of the Moon.
I'll go ahead and say I also really like this game, but I did not get to play as much of it as I would have liked because Minecraft AJ discovered, oh, hey, Fortnite's on the Switch.
I saw you've been playing a lot of Fortnite recently.
So she was all about,
You've been popping up on my friend, like, I'll be playing this game, and it's like, oh, Tyler's playing Fortnite. And I was like, there is no fucking way Tyler's playing Fortnite unless someone tricked him and was like, look, Thanos. Oh, God, he's dancing.
Infinity Stones.
Look at him go. He's so skinny.
No, because she's been wanting to play Fortnite forever, and my PS4 busted, so she was very sad. Ryan can fix it. It's just like the HDMI port is loose. It's like the most common thing that goes wrong with them, so he's going to fix it for me whenever I take it over there.
Mine sounds like it's about to explode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what's in there, but like, it sounds like it's going to explode at any moment. Because I turn it on and it's like, for like the first 5 minutes, it is just like, I mean, it's like, is Tyler's truck revving neighbor like
moved
next door to me? Because that's what it sounds like. It is frightening. The first time it happened, like Nikki and I looked at each other, like, because Henry was like in front of it, and I was like, we need to get our son away from this before it explodes in shrapnel.
Well, just because you said truck revving neighbor, let's put a pin in the current conversation about Fortnite to tell you, okay, neighbor next door.
We all remember
Problem Child.
Oh, Problem
Child.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I never saw Problem Child 2.
They came over like 3 weeks ago, maybe, and they really wanted to play with the hose. About a month ago, they wanted to play with the hose. I lit them. I used the one out in my garage, and I shut the garage door, but had the hose out so they could like jump on the trampoline. And
Not
play
the
with
Kid
hose.
Cadaver repository.
Yeah,
that one
exactly.
No, you let them in there, huh?
Yeah.
Play with the hose.
That's why I shut the door. So you play with the hose, but you're not going in there.
Oh, why is it tied in this funny knot, mister? Just put your head through there. It's fine.
It's fine. Don't go in the Tomb of Horrors.
Don't. Oh, there's plenty of pull-ups on the other side of that loop. Just stick your head through and look.
But the hose wouldn't quite reach to where Problem Child wanted it to go, so he pulled so hard he broke it. It didn't flood the garage, luckily, but
my God.
He broke it off the wall and nearly broke the PVC pipe that it was on from just tugging on it, so he could try to get it to reach where he wanted it to go. When my dad came and saw that, he was furious.
He don't love no hose.
No. And then the next time they wanted to come, I told them, no, I don't want you playing.
Maybe he thought it was a snake. Did you think of that?
No, he's just trying to choke it. I gotta get it out of there.
Yeah, it's like I hear you just pull all these things. This isn't the biting end.
Definitely not. And when they came over the next time, and I said no, they're like, "Oh, we can go get our hose and hook it up here, so we won't mess with your hose." I'm like, no, because I mean,
who was bringing their hose?
My water bill was like also pretty big last time. I let them just play with the hose for a while.
Like how big are we talking?
Like $30 more.
$30 more. That is expensive. You could have bought them like this Curse of the Moon 3 times.
Yeah. So just like if you want to play with, I mean, you have the hose and water at your dad's house next door. You guys can play with the hose over there. No, he said we can't. He don't want to raise his water bill, but we can bring it over here.
Oh yeah, we can raise your water bill. Yeah, that's no problem.
But see,
fancy pants.
here's the thing.
You're living in a house.
Yeah, he said we could use yours. But see, I know next door. After my 2 houses ago, my parents sold their house. They lived there for a few months while they looked for another house. Water's included in that dude's rent.
Oh, yeah. Then what's the problem?
He just didn't want him over there. He likes to send his kids over to my house as soon as they get to his house.
Smart.
So, fuck that guy.
Pretty smart. He knows you're not going to kill him. You haven't yet.
So, when I was inside, they went ahead and hooked up the hose anyway. And the next time I looked out, the girls were on the trampoline, and Problem Child was just in my driveway, just with the hose on, watering the driveway. Just standing there, just watering the driveway. Yeah. And I turned it off, and I unplugged the hose, and I said, take it back to his house. And when I give it back to him and say, take it back to your house, and he's like, yeah, my dad said he didn't want me taking it over here anyway because he didn't think he'd get it back from you guys. I'm like, leave.
Tell your dad.
Take your shit and leave.
Tell your dad, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, since I just told him to leave, they haven't been back over here at all.
Oh, really?
At all. So after I guess they said, oh no, I just said what you said to him and he told us to leave. They haven't been back, and it's been very, very nice.
He's coming back, and I'll tell you why. The kind of dad who just sends his kid over to get him out of the house, and no regard for you, your family.
We
your
basically babysit them all weekends.
That dude don't give a shit. That kid could have gone back and been like, that bald man touched my butt. And they'd been like, did it hurt? No. All right, that's fine.
Did it hurt a little? Olive oil is pretty expensive, so I don't want to give you mine. But if he has any at his house, tell him to use that.
Does he have health insurance? Does he have police connections?
But, okay, back to their conversation.
Fortnite.
Which Well, I would like to rename her now because Choco Chica is far more into Minecraft than Minecraft AJ. So I want to rename Minecraft AJ into Artsy AJ because she's
Artsy AJ.
Her anime drawings are pretty incredible.
This is gonna be a big adjustment for me.
Yeah, she's a very, very talented artist, and she's all about the art and drawing and sculpting and everything like that. So she's Artsy AJ. That's what I'll call her.
Arts and Crafts AJ.
Yeah, there you go. Because she's been playing this shit ton of Fortnite because she loves Jacksepticeye and all those people, and they're all about Fortnite. So she's all about it. But who is not all about Fortnite? It's Brady Jr.
Richard Nixon, damn it.
Richard Nixon would fucking love Fortnite.
I doubt it.
This is the educational system we should have.
I highly doubt it. If he didn't like Laugh-In, I don't think he'd like Fortnite. No. Essentially, Fortnite is Laugh-In, the video game.
That's true.
It is. That's what I've heard.
It's Laughing with Thanos.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's the Dark Souls of Laugh-In, is what I've heard.
But Brady Jr., because her boyfriend, who I will just call Fortnite Fred.
Oh, Fortnite Freddy.
Fortnite Freddy, even better.
Fartnite Freddy.
Fartnite Freddy.
There we go.
That also describes their relationship very well.
They've
hit that like trying to fart in front of each other makes them laugh stage.
Oh, they're trying to fart in front of each other?
They've crossed that.
Does she know that's a dangerous game?
It makes Melissa very mad. Like, you just fart in front of him as loud as you can all the time.
I love it. I was hoping it makes Melissa mad because she's like, you were going to shit your pants. I'm going to have to clean that.
Oh, no, she just thinks it's extremely uncouth that she would do that because, like, I cannot get her to fart in front of me.
I'm about to say, does she not do that with you?
Cannot. I don't even know when she takes a shit. I think I've mentioned that before. Like, I've never known her to. I can't go to the bathroom. I've never gone to the bathroom directly after. I don't know when she goes. Like,
really,
she does not want me to see that part of her at all. And
little secret girl.
2 years, like she is not at all. So I don't even think she does. So
she may go in the yard.
It's true. let's take Bella out.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Oh, Bella. Oh.
Even on like road trips and stuff like that, I guess that's probably different because like private bathrooms, not public bathrooms.
But we go in different ones.
Right.
Yeah,
you should follow her in next time.
I shouldn't. But so that's why I didn't get to play. I'm gonna go back and play more because it was really good and I want to beat it.
Yeah,
but I didn't get to play as much of it as I would have liked.
That's a bummer because I think you really would like this game. Mm-hmm. How far did you get?
I collected all the characters. That's about it.
All right. Okay.
So I guess that's like halfway.
So, I can't remember exactly when you get the allies because this most recent run that I've been doing, I've been killing them all. So there are 8 stages in the game, and I imagine you probably get Alucard.
Basically
around like stage 4.
Because each of these characters reminded me very much of our characters in Ramon's D&D game, the Elemental game.
Yeah, I remember that.
So Zangetsu reminds me of a Kamaru.
Yeah, I was thinking about a Kamaru the other day.
The light samurai.
Yeah, that's the dog's name in Naruto. That's what I named my samurai after.
That was also Glen Barron's code name in that city where he had disguised himself to go into where these people were having to dance to death. When you go in here,
I'm going to remember this.
Glen disguised himself, like just ask for a Kamaru, and I'll answer to that. And you went inside. Well, because there was the gentlemen had come into this city and were.
Oh, right. I remember the gentleman.
And they wanted to give all the unfortunate people new pairs of shoes.
Right.
And then
I remember that. Sure, yes. Okay.
And they were cursed, and they all danced themselves to death in this big auditorium.
I remember that. I don't remember my character being like a badass with like a alias or anything like that, but I'm glad he was. That's my gnome character who looked like Clint Howard. Who, by the way, I would like to take a moment. Spoilers, if you haven't seen Solo yet, go ahead and skip ahead 15 seconds. Clint Howard's in a fucking Star Wars movie finally. Yes! Yes! That's what I wanted.
Wrinkle Dog.
All my life. Wrinkle Dog's in the Star Wars movie.
But because the Ramon's game was a very fun game. We didn't get to finish it.
It's a D&D game, yeah.
But then we all, every character was attuned to an element. So all your weapons and gear and abilities that you would get over the game are all tied to your unique element. Mm-hmm. Of course, if you die, you could either make a new character, or in the case where one time 2 people died, they just switched elements. You got to make a new elemental character. But it's a fun game.
Yeah, it was.
But Zangetsu's the protagonist, samurai who is bent on destroying all demons. Just this is what he does. Mm-hmm. Until he dies, he's going to kill all the demons. Mm-hmm. Then there's Miriam, who is basically your Belmont.
We need to step it back just a minute,
okay?
Because Zangetsu is totally Ryu Hiyabase from Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, okay.
Like that's like because he has a sword and he's got like short strikes and is jumping. Like he's essentially like if the idea of Ryu in a Castlevania game is like appealing to you, like if that is like on any that lights up anything in your brain at all, and you haven't played this game yet, then definitely play this game. I think you'd enjoy it. Sorry, please continue.
I mean, again, see, he controls and feels very, very good.
Yeah, the controls in this game are amazing. It plays just like Castlevania 3. It's probably the closest approximation. It looks like an NES game, except it's widescreen format, and also it's faster. It's faster than the NES Castlevanias, which is nice because it's probably about the speed of like Symphony of the Night. I'd say.
Yeah.
So it's like NES style graphics, but it's got the speed and kind of like the feel, the control of.
Yeah, it's not as high end graphically as like Shovel Knight, but it has that same. It says that same quality feel to it.
This feels more like a demake than like Shovel Knight. Kind of felt like they were trying to make really pretty stuff while staying constrained to like old style graphics. This feels different. Like Curse of the Moon feels like we want to make a game that looks like an NES game, and they do a wonderful job because it really does. Other than the format, the screen, the aspect ratio, it does look like an NES game, which is amazing. And like the color palettes and everything. Like I mean, they stick to the fucking rules, which like I love because if I'm sure you remember the episode we recorded on Fist Puncher. My biggest problem with Fist Puncher was that they wanted it to look like an old game, but like they didn't follow any of the rules of like what old games look and feel like. And like not to like kick Fist Puncher again, but it's like when you're a side-scrolling beat 'em up, let's like your aesthetic is like 80% of the fucking game. It's like you gotta have it. So and I just didn't like it. So Curse of the Moon on the other hand, I mean like it looks great. It fucking sounds great. It sounds like an NES game. Like this game, like I know we're still just talking about the characters and we just want to get through that, but I just want to say that like this game fucking rules. Like this game is awesome. Like it scratched an itch that I didn't even know that I had. Like when I was playing this game, I was thinking to myself, I should have just fucking bought this game. Like why this is worth $10, no doubt. No doubt.
Wonderful. Like yeah.
And it grew on me too, because it's like the first time I played it, it was like, yeah, this game is pretty fun. And then it's like you beat it on regular mode, and the story. There is a story to the game, and I know you're not through it, so I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Oh, I watched. I want to be able to talk about it, so I watched what I didn't play.
Okay, if you are concerned about spoilers, maybe skip ahead a little bit. I'll be honest with you, the story isn't the main drive for this game. Like, I mean, I wouldn't recommend, oh, hey, you like deep narrative? Then definitely play Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. It's kind of one of those games where it's like, oh, do you like playing a fun game, like a fun action platformer? Then definitely do it. But like, okay, so in normal mode, you go through and Zangetsu he's the protagonist. You get through the end of the game. On your way, you collect allies. And I guess now I should probably slow my fucking roll, calm down a little bit, and maybe we should talk about the allies that you started talking about. The first one that you do meet is Miriam.
And Miriam is basically your Belmont.
She is. She's whip. She's she's very much like, a Belmont.
She's agile. She's got the projectile weapons with the daggers, and except for her giant super axe. But
yeah, I'm glad that you brought up the sub weapons, because every character has, most characters have 3 sub weapons that they can use. And Miriam's she has a dagger. She has like 3 kunai that she'll throw diagonally upwards. And then she does have an enormous axe that takes a really long time to use.
Yeah, but it'll like one shot most things that you actually can hit with it. It's good to take out the big armor guys that are guarding the door like Mega Man sub bosses.
Yeah, totally. And then I guess we should talk about Zangetsu's as well. Because he has his sword as his primary weapon, but then he also has this like... so all the sub-weapons kind of like typically give a character a wider range of actions that they can take. So like for example, Zangetsu, like when he attacks with his sword, it's like straightforward. But like he's got this vortex bomb essentially where he like throws it diagonally down in front of him, and this like purple energy vortex opens up and whirls around.
Because the icon looks like a ceiling tag from Naruto or Inuyasha.
Yeah, like the little price tag with like the kanji written on it. Yeah, totally. And then he's got another ability that his other sub-weapon is one that I did not like at first, but grew to love. He just becomes more powerful. You activate it, and like it's engulfed in purple flame. And then like his attacks, his normal primary attacks deal like double damage. So there are enemies in the game that take multiple hits to kill. So this power-up's really useful. You can kick it on and kill all those enemies in one hit and get through the game faster without taking as much damage. So that's really nice.
That is cool. Yeah, because I don't think I even got to that one.
And then his other one...
The diagonal whip, sort of? Or
yes, thank you. Yeah, it's like a diagonal up, like a whip or a grappling hook or something. And which is nice because it like gives him, it kind of rounds him out. It gives him,
you do that on the first boss.
Yeah, totally. And a lot of the enemies too, like are just like slightly above the heads of everybody. So it's nice.
Let's see, then after...
And those all work Castlevania style.
Yeah. You have to like, bust lanterns and get weapon... I forget what they call it, like... Weapon tokens or something.
And you only have one sub-weapon at a time. You can't rotate through them. If you pick up one, it replaces whatever one that you have. And then you power them up with weapon points, which you do get Castlevania Ninja Gaiden style by destroying lanterns.
Then there's Alfred, who is the old wizard that you get.
Or Sypha, I believe, in Castlevania 3, right? She was the caster.
Yeah.
He's essentially her.
Which I guess he would be my character, Sid Copperbeard from the Elemental game. If Zangetsu is a Kamaru. Because he is... I felt like his use is just like that ring of fire. Like he's defensive. Like
he doesn't have many hit points. So like that's another thing is like these characters all have different hit point bars. Like their life totals are very different. He is the weakest. So yeah, a lot of his spells, you're right. Like that fire wheel, he creates
which is pretty badass
because all his sub weapons are spells.
Yep.
And yeah, the fire wheel is badass because he can cast it. It creates this like ring of rotating fire, a wheel of fire around him, and then you can switch to other characters, and they retain that fire shield, which is really nice. That's another thing we haven't talked about yet is like
I think it was one of the coolest mechanics of this game.
Yeah, totally. You can switch. You can hot swap the characters. Like so you can switch between all the allies that you've met and recruited just by hitting the trigger buttons. And it's kind of like in that regard, it's kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's like I might not be making this connection if we hadn't literally just done an episode on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's like there are 4 characters in this game, and there are 4 Ninja Turtles and they like each have different abilities.
Hell.
So it was hard to play this game and be like, they need to remake Ninja Turtles with like some of these like quality of life improvements.
I would love to remake that as an action platformer and make it where you can easily switch between. The turtles are even more different.
Yeah,
they're as different from each other as they are in tournament fighters.
Yeah, absolutely. This is gonna sound crazy, but we need that. We need I feel like that would be a really good Ninja Turtles game. There hasn't been like a good Ninja Turtles game for a long time. I feel like I don't know how the new arcade game is that just came out.
Oh yeah, I have no clue either.
It looks cool, but looks can be deceiving because the Mutants in Manhattan or whatever that game was, that looked good too, but nobody liked it.
And the last one is what, Gebel?
Yes.
Gebel.
Gebel. I believe is how they pronounce his name in the trailer.
He's your Alucard. He's a vampire.
He is Alucard. Yeah, totally. And he doesn't have any sub weapons. He always gets weapon points from lanterns he destroys. So he's really good at generating weapon points. And that's what I'd use him a lot for is okay, so Alfred, who we talked about, the spellcaster, the alchemist, he chews through magic points. And he needs to use them a lot to stay alive. So I'd kind of use Gebel to generate those weapon points, and then Alfred to use them. And Alfred also, he's very elemental based because we talked about his fire wheel spell, but he also has like a giant ice dagger that he can throw, that he can conjure. And the way, like, the animations in this game are wonderful too, because it's like he doesn't just conjure and throw a giant ass ice dagger. What he does is like he opens a portal, and like out of that portal comes this giant ice dagger that freezes anything that it hits. And then once it's frozen, you can, he hits it with his cane or whatever, and it shatters. But you can also use those frozen enemies as like platforms to jump on in certain cases. So it's like there's a lot of cool shit going on in this game. And it's like his mega spell is the golden scroll is the lightning spell, which you spam the sub weapon attack button, and like each time you hit it, he summons like an orb of electricity, and I think you can have 3 out at a time. And those 3 orbs they're like homing missiles, and they'll go at an enemy, and they'll hit them, and when they hit them, they don't disappear. Like they just stay on the screen, and they'll go for like 5 seconds or something like that. Really useful against bosses, especially ones that like fly around and like stay out of reach and stuff like that.
Who'd you use the most?
Well, it feels like Zangetsu right now, because I'm playing through a mode where I'm trying to unlock Ultimate Mode, which you have, in order to unlock Ultimate Mode, you go through the game as Zangetsu, and every time you have the opportunity to recruit an ally, you kill them instead. So he is technically the one that I play the game with the most. Although, like, the first time I went through the game, he's the one I used the least.
Oh, yeah?
Because I think he is, out of all of them, I think he is the least versatile. But, like, so on the first run through, I probably played as, that's a good question. Probably Miriam, because I really liked her reach, that whip. I like that whip style, man. And that's like...
And she's the protagonist in Ritual of the Night.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Which is, okay. You know what? I needed this game to get excited about Ritual of the Night.
Yeah.
Because that game was on my radar, but I wasn't excited about it. And now I kind of am excited about Ritual of the Night. This $10 commercial that I bought, like, has worked on me. I didn't buy it. Sorry, Paul Anderson bought it for me. Has worked on me. How about you? Who did you play as the most?
I really like Zangetsu.
Yeah.
So I kept him for most of, because I imagine I probably would have ended up using Gabel a lot, just because because he turned into a fucking bat.
Yeah, he can turn into a bat.
Get everywhere.
Just like, he is Alucard.
Yeah.
And it's like he opens up his cape and 3 bats fly out.
His attack isn't super powerful.
It's not, but it's like, it's so good at like certain enemies. Like, like this game doesn't have Medusa heads in it, but it totally has Medusa heads. They're just eyeballs. They act exactly the fucking same. They go on that sine wave kind of like flight path. And it's like Geeble, Alucard is wonderful at taking those out, because it's like the way they fly, it just lines up perfectly with him opening up that cloak, and you got 3 bats. It's like you got 3 opportunities to kill the Medusa head. Yeah. So everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses, and I think that's really, really cool.
They all play very differently, and that's cool. And I get in the basic mode, there's no knockback.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because there is, when you start the game, you're not only asked what mode you want to play in, and when you start, you only have 1 mode. That's normal mode. You unlock other modes each time you beat the game, essentially, under certain conditions. They not only ask what difficulty you want to play, they ask you, do you want to play as a veteran looking for like a retro gaming challenge, or do you want to play more casually? And in casual mode, you have unlimited lives and no knockback. And in veteran mode, you do have lives, and it is straight up Castlevania style knockback.
Knockback.
Yeah, like it's severe knockback. I played on veteran. I don't know what casual feels like. I don't know if you can unlock stuff playing on casual or not, but I just kind of wanted to, I don't know. I just wanted to, it looked and felt like a Castlevania game, so I kind of wanted to play it as a Castlevania game, and warts and all. And like, as much as the knockback sucks, that's like classic NES Castlevania. Yeah. I mean, it really is. Like,
it's part of the challenge.
Yeah, it is. And like, honestly, like 80% of my deaths were probably from an enemy hitting me and knocking me off of a platform. Like, that's also just classic Castlevania to me. Mm-hmm. Like, it's really rare in this game for me to see a character's death animation because it's, you know what I mean? It's like most often than not, I see them fall off the bottom of the screen and it's like, all right, well, he's dead. And it's also really cool because when you're playing as an ally, when you're playing as any of the characters and they die, it's no big deal. You do go back to the last checkpoint in a stage, but it's not like you don't lose a life or anything. The only time you lose a life is when everybody has died. Mm-hmm. So that kind of makes the game a little bit easier. And I feel like the two big criticisms I've been hearing about this game are, one, it's too short, and two, that it's too easy.
There's a lot of replay value to it, though. I feel like both of those play into the different modes and challenges you can do.
Totally, absolutely.
It's a stretch goal game, like,
and it's
step off.
It's a bonus game that I don't think anyone expected to be good, and it's good. It's a good game. I don't think it's an amazing game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's like breaking any ground or anything like that. But at the same time, it's like, it's a great game. Like, if you love Castlevania games, if you love like action platformers on the NES, PlayStation, like anything from NES to PlayStation, like, you're probably gonna love this fucking game. I love it. Yeah. It's got its fucking hooks in me. Like, I
completely agree.
I've gone through the first mode where you play as Zangetsu, and I beat that. I've gone through, and that unlocks a nightmare mode where Zangetsu is not playable, and you can only play as the three allies. You start as them, and you play through the game with them. And then once you do that, you can unlock an unlimited mode, or ultimate mode, by going through the game and only as Zangetsu and killing the allies as you come upon them, which is what I've been doing. And I wanted to be done with that for this episode, but it just didn't happen. And it's like, I feel like that is a good thing because it's like, that shows me, you know what, the main game is short, but it's like, I've probably put 9 or 10 hours into this game, just like trying the different modes. And then there's a boss rush mode that I want to unlock after ultimate mode.
See, the only like style game, like Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, fucking dragged me into that hard. Like, that's the only one that I've played through standard mode. I went through as the bonus characters and beat it, and I went through the boss rush mode, all about that. Like, I fucking love, I want to do it eventually, but man, I fucking love Portrait of Ruin.
I want to do it eventually too, and I want to do all the Castlevania games. I think we've talked about, I know you and I have talked about that off the mics. I think we've mentioned that on the show, but I definitely want to play all the Castlevania games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Game Boy, everything.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Weird Japanese ones?
Yep.
Yep.
I want to do all of it. So I haven't played Portrait of Ruin. What is that most like? Is it like Symphony of the Night or?
Yeah, because it's a, forget, is it for the, I don't think it's for the 3DS. It's,
I think it was 3DS.
Is it 3DS?
I think so.
Okay.
Because there were two.
Or DS. It's DS.
Oh, okay.
Not 3DS.
Okay.
It's for the DS.
Same difference
that's the
for me.
same. It's more like
Sure.
Symphony of the Moon.
Okay.
And you play two characters. You play your standard Belmont character and your spellcaster character.
Okay.
So you press select to switch between the two,
All
and you
right.
need to unlock certain powers to progress with each of them. And
I have played that one for a little bit in your car on your DS.
Yeah.
I think we were going to one of the cabin parties, and I think I played it.
Makes sense.
And I didn't get into it. I can't remember exactly why. Is that an exploring type? Is that like a Metroidvania
It's your
style?
Metroidvania,
That
yeah.
was probably
Yeah.
why. And I think it's important to note.
Although it's a little more linear in the fact that you're going to different portraits, like Mario 64, into all these. You're like in the portrait gallery in Dracula's castle.
how many
and you're having
haunted
to go through.
pianos scare the shit out of you?
Oh, all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
I like a more. I think I talked about this when we were talking about Castlevania or Castlevania 2 or Castlevania 3. I can't remember. I prefer a more linear Castlevania game, and that's what Curse of the Moon delivers. Like there isn't a lot of exploring. There's a little bit of exploring within a stage to try to find like permanent power-ups. Like you can find like a gauntlet that allows all of your characters to deal extra damage when they attack, and there's also like a chest plate that you can find that gives everybody more defense, that kind of stuff. But like there's no like going, it's not a big map, it's not like a big castle like Symphony of the Night where you're trying to like, oh, how do I get into this area? How do I get into that area? That kind of stuff. It's very much straightforward. It feels, if you've played Castlevania 3, that's pretty much how this feels. Because it's like there are branching paths that you can take within a level, but they all eventually come back to the same area at the boss. Yeah. So that's kind of nice.
Because there's in Portrait of Ruin, because I know you're playing like a cousin of the Belmont family, since he's not like a direct bloodline. The
Burlmonts.
The
Burlmarts.
He has a vampire killer, but it doesn't accept him, so he can't use it. You have to figure out a way to unlock it for him.
Like every time he tries to use it, like chokes him or like wraps around his neck.
Oh no! But the characters that tie in with them are Richter and Maria from Symphony of the Night.
Oh, okay.
So then Richter controls like Justin, maybe it might be his name, and then
the whip.
Yeah,
Richter's whip, Justin.
Justin, vampire killer.
Yo, Richter, you want vampire killer? Nah, dog, I got fucking Justin. I don't know what's up with that.
This is my mighty whips of vampire slaying Justin. And then
come, Justin, let us dispense justice. Fuck, I do that every time.
Oh,
damn it.
And then Maria controls, like, she's your spellcaster and things like that.
And she uses vampire lover.
Vampire. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Although she's like a little girl in this one, which I don't.
That's bizarre.
Because she was an adult in Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
So
I guess it takes.
But
place?
I guess I barely remember in Symphony of the Night if Richter dies in the very beginning and you see like little girl Maria run out and refill his energy.
Yeah, I forgot it. Dude, I need to go back and play Symphony of the Night, because it's like every time I see someone playing Symphony of the Night, I'll watch for a little bit and then be like, oh my God, I don't remember any of this shit.
I mean, I haven't played through it since... God, I bet I haven't sat down and played through the entire thing since high school.
But that's also kind of exciting because it's like, it kind of feels like I'm going to get to play that game over again. Like, I know certain things are going to come back to me as I'm playing it, but like, for the most part, it's going to kind of be a fresh experience because I haven't played it since it came out on Xbox Live when we bought it with your mom's credit card.
Yep. So that's the thing. If we play through it again, I'm going to make sure, like, I don't want to use the Chakram or the Crusagram.
Oh, yeah.
And get a more
more
diverse playthrough.
You want a more difficult? Yeah.
Well, because Crusagram's like easy mode, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I found that and it was just like, oh, the game's over. It's like, all right, whatever.
I do like Josh and get 2.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. And it's like, I had never played the game before, and I get like the most powerful weapon in the game, and it's like, I remember like asking you, is it supposed to be like this? Like, is this a real weapon? Like, what?
No, I killed the boss that was so big, his feet take up the screen. No, I killed him in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, just like nothing. Yeah, the Crusagram breaks Symphony of the Night. And then, Josh broke it further by farming 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah. How did we get there? Oh, we were talking about how this Curse of the Moon is like a more linear experience.
Yep.
Which I prefer.
Yeah. I mean, I can totally see that. Like,
that's just how I. It's just how I do.
The classic Castlevanias are like that, and they're very good. Well, I guess except for Castlevania 2, but
yeah,
but Castlevania 4 is a linear experience like that. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do want to play like Castlevania Bloodlines for the Genesis.
Yeah, I want to play Dracula X.
So whatever, be it a Metroidvania style Castlevania or
I can't promise I'm going to finish
linear,
every Castlevania.
I mean, a lot of them are fucking hard.
I still haven't finished Castlevania 3. That is a hard fucking game. Castlevania 3 is a hard game.
Yeah, it is.
I am sorry, but that is like way harder than Castlevania 1. Way harder. Castlevania, out of 1, 2, and 3, 3 is the hardest if you know what you're doing in 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you have Twitch chat to help you out.
Yeah.
Then
did you beat this whole game on Twitch when you sat down and play it?
Yeah, I beat normal mode on Twitch. And I didn't stream the other modes. And what I found is, I knew this, and I may have said this before on the show, like, I am so much better at games when I'm not streaming them because it is like I can just like zone into the game and it's like I can just tunnel vision that shit.
Stop and talk and
everything else is just like ghosts. It's essentially just me in the game, and that's it. And it's like amazing, like how much better I am at shit. But it's still fun.
Daddy, I grabbed a snake.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, don't let it bite you, son.
grab by the safe end. It's fine.
Yeah, make sure you grab by the butt. But yeah, I did. I streamed it on Twitch, and I probably beat the first mode in like 3 hours ish, just to give like
That's
a baseline of
yeah.
like how long it takes, give or take.
Yeah.
So, and it's always really cool because like a speedrunner came in, which tends to happen when I play a game on Twitch, and they're always fucking cool. I have never had a speedrunner come into Twitch chat and was a dick. Like they're always just like, I speedrun this game. Let me know if you need any help. Like they're always
That's cool.
really fucking cool about it.
As opposed to like coming in like, God, you're so fucking slow.
Yeah. Oh, there are people.
I've got the record on this.
Yeah, right.
You don't. You're
right.
slow.
Yeah. No, they're usually like really cool, and they're like, I just set my personal best, and I love this game, and I just want to watch. And like, I'll apologize.
No, I just wanted to watch you be bad at it. This is fun. This is fun for me.
Yeah, thank
watching
God
you
they're
fuck
not like
up.
that. Right. Yeah. No,
oh, you're going down that path? Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have made that decision because I'm good at this game.
Don't worry. There are plenty of people who decide to do that. I didn't tell this story on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode because I didn't want to offend this person if they were possibly listening, but fuck it. I'm going to tell it anyway. There was somebody, I don't know if they're a listener, somebody came into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stream, and I can't remember the name, but they were talking shit about the dam level because they came in like right as I started the dam level. And, just saying shit like, we're about to see tears. This is going to be so bad. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you are going to look like a fucking idiot because I got the dam level on lock. So I'm going through the dam level, and so they go completely silent. I go through the dam level, make it through, and then the guy says, okay, you're good at the dam level, and then leaves. I like to think that's
way to play the damn level.
Yeah. I like to think that's just like this guy's hobby. He's like, whenever someone plays Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm showing up for the damn level.
He set all his alerts when anybody comes up.
Right, yeah, exactly. So if you're listening, don't worry, I didn't make it past the Technodrome. Still didn't beat that game.
I mean, I'm impressed you got to like the last screen before Shredder is still pretty good.
It's true. I'll get it eventually. That's one that I'm totally going to beat. That's going to be like a Ghosts and Goblins moment. Because I've been trying to beat that game. Like the reason I can get through the dam level with no problem is I played that level a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
Because it's like I had the DOS version, so I could not get past Area 3. So what that meant is I played Area 1, 2, and half of 3 a lot of times.
Man, it's such bullshit.
Hey, it is bullshit,
Oh,
but on the other hand, look, I can get to the dam level pretty easy.
It's true. So what'd you think of the bosses?
Oh man, the bosses are great. I fucking love the bosses in this game.
The bosses do remind me of either Shovel Knight bosses or what is the Castle Crashers bosses?
Why is that?
Like the first one's just like the big animated. He reminded me of Castle Crashers boss, the one who threw like
the train.
Looks like the train engine, who drags those concrete blocks.
This coal
toward him at you.
Yeah, he eats coal while
coal.
you fight. He has a giant hand. He's called the Glutton Train. I love that name, and it fits because like his whole thing is he eats coal while you're fighting him, and then after he eats the coal, he overheats and then casts Meteo essentially. And then you dodge Meteo if you want to survive. And yeah, totally. He's huge. A lot of the bosses in this game are huge. And I think because his name is Glutton Train, I haven't really mapped all this out, but I do think that the bosses are like 7 deadly sins kind of thing. Because Valefor, a server in Final Fantasy, but also a boss in this game, is an amazing boss. I love this boss. He's in the area where you're like in I assume like an Egyptian tomb or something like that. It's all sandy, like sand's leaking down from stone blocks and stuff like that. And the boss of that area is Treasure. It's like the boss is actually the room. The boss is the treasure vault, and it's like you drop down and like all these coins like come to life, swarm to form a body. And I'm assuming that boss would be Greed.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a very easy boss, which is unfortunate because like he's like one of my favorite bosses just because he's like looks so cool. And it's like such a cool idea because like he doesn't directly attack you. He just makes piles of coins and tries to push them. He tries to use them to smush you against the wall while he spawns enemies.
Yep.
And as long as you focus on him, he's not a big deal at all.
And when you beat him, just more and more gold starts raining down, and it gets brighter and brighter and brighter.
Right? Yeah. Because like every boss has what I like to call a desperation move, Final Fantasy VI style, or desperation attack, and that's what they were called in 6, right? Before they were limit breaks.
Before, whenever, like, you were almost just a random chance when you were almost dead, a desperation attack would happen.
I love that.
I remember the first one, I was like, what the fuck was that? What?
So all the bosses in this game have that. Once you kill them, they have one more gigantic attack. And Valefor's gigantic attack is, he rains coins down, and it kind of turns into a bullet hell for a moment because you have to like dodge all of these coins that are coming down. And then I think I can't remember her name, but there is a sexy boss near the end who is, you walk in and it's like, when I was playing it the first time, you walk in, you see like this little hint of a piece of furniture. And I was like, is that a bathtub? It is a bathtub. You see, you walk in the room, there's a bathtub, and you see a leg, like a female's leg, like poke up out of it, like kick up out of it. It's like, oh, sexy boss.
Yeah.
And then, like a Gothic Lolita type like woman appears. She's like Goth Mary Poppins because she's got like she flies around on an
Mary
umbrella.
Gothins, yeah.
Mary Gothins, yeah. Mary Gothins, y'all. So obviously, I think she's Lust.
That's
So
pretty
I don't
good.
know. I think there are parallels to be drawn here. I just haven't mapped them out.
Yeah, awesome.
The rest of the bosses, the bosses are impressive.
Yeah.
Some of them feel like Mega Man bosses.
The one in like the library,
Yeah.
where you have to pulling out books and he electrifies like the whole stage, and you
Yes.
have to jump from book to book, and he targets the books or whatever. And
very, very Mega Man.
extremely Mega Man.
Which I'm a
That's
fan.
fine.
Yeah, I liked it because it's like my biggest complaint, I think it was Castlevania 1. I think it was Castlevania 1. Honestly, all of them. The boss fights are not spectacular.
Yeah.
Like the boss fights in Curse of the Moon, they are spectacular. I mean, they are like, wow, this is like, clearly they put a lot of love and care and effort into not only the levels, but the bosses. I mean, they really hit a home run with them,
I think you will like Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow for that reason.
Oh, really? The bosses are...
Because the bosses are really good, and then you have to use I guess they want to use the stylus, so you have to draw a ceiling pentagram after you beat them to make sure they stay dead.
They want you to use the stylus so you don't pirate the game. But wow, we tricked them. Someone invented the R4 ship.
I might have done that. But yeah, because if you like, it explains it like Dracula is feeding his minions part of his life force, and they don't stay dead unless this character draws like the pentagram or whatever and seals them. So if you fuck up when you draw it, they come back with like 10% of their hit points.
Oh, wow.
And then you have to kill them again.
Cool. I'm looking forward to playing. I'm looking forward to playing these games. I know they're long.
The 3 for DS, I think, are all the ones for GBA. Okay, but the ones for DS, I think, are all amazing.
This is Curse of the Moon is like my kind of game because it is the kind of game where it doesn't take that long to get through, but at the same time, I will play it over and over and over again. And like that time adds up to how long I would have spent playing a longer game. But I like that experience better.
Yeah, because what is it? Dawn of Ruin, or what did I fucking say just a second ago? Dawn of
Souls?
Because it's Dawn of something, and then Portrait of Ruin and Order of Ecclesia are the 3 for DS, and those are my favorite next to Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night and Portrait of Ruin are absolutely my favorite Castlevanias. So
how does this game rank in your Castlevania ranking? I know you're not through yet.
Yeah. For what I've played, I liked it just as much as Castlevania 3, and I love Castlevania 3. I mean, I kept playing that for weeks after the episode was done. That's like the only game I've done that with, and all the games that we've played.
I watched you beat it.
So, although I mean, I didn't beat it like you would beat it. I saved scum to beat it, but I don't know. It's fine with me. I'm not as much of a purist as you are.
You still beat it.
Okay. Hey, if things
It might sound different now.
Yeah, a little bit of a hiccup audio-wise, but hey, we're rolling with it.
Literally, I believe a channel on our soundboard died in the middle of recording. So I switched over to a different channel. So if I sound different now, that's why.
Yep.
So what were we talking about? Curse of the Moon? The bosses.
Bloodstained, Castlevania Bloodstained?
Yeah, Castlevania Bloodstained. Remember the time Castlevania got its first period? Remember the time Castlevania became a woman? Blossoming.
Castlevania Bloodstained Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, totally. I'd play that. I need to have a long, intermission music that goes in between the last thing that we said and then us talking about the audio issue.
It's just ragtime for Final Fantasy VI.
Excellent. All right, I love it. Done. Consider it done as long as I don't get lazy editing this. Some of the other bosses, there is an underwater sea turtle centaur.
Yeah.
Did you fight that one?
Turtle Star.
Where he's like, instead of having like a horse body, he has like a sea turtle body. And then it's like just like this demon's like torso and head and arms coming out of it.
Yeah.
So he was kind of...
It's a water demon.
Yeah, he's probably the lamest one. I don't know which of the 7 deadly sins he would be.
Stupidity.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there it is. Apathy.
Yeah, we give shit on this one.
And then there is a gigantic 2-headed fire leviathan.
Yeah.
He was a tough one.
That's war.
He is just like full of teeth, like everywhere, just teeth everywhere. There is a flying undead peacock that you fight on the ship's mast, which I thought was interesting. Dead cock. And then Leggy Mary Poppins, which we talked about, and the electricity demon, what we talked about. And then you do fight the final boss, who is a gigantic woman that looks kind of like a fallen seraphim or something like that.
There you go.
She has like a bunch of wings.
Bat wings, all the yeah. I think you're right. That would have to be. That's pride.
Yeah, probably. So the second go through, the boss is different. Skip ahead 30 seconds if you don't want to spoil anything there. Okay, are you gone? Okay, great. When you beat the first mode, Zangetsu sacrifices himself. The fallen angel turns into a sphere of annihilation, essentially, and rockets at desperation attack, rockets at the entire party. And Zangetsu jumps in front of it, it looks like he grabs it. So he dies.
Yep.
And the game ends, and as it's scrolling, it says that the 3 allies are going to go back to the castle, and they're going to try to retrieve Zangetsu's soul. And that's what Nightmare Mode is. Nightmare Mode is you playing through as the 3 allies without Zangetsu. You get to the end where you would normally fight the fallen angel, and instead you fight demon Zangetsu because his soul is now corrupted, and he is a son of a bitch. And then once you beat him, essentially you just release his soul. And that is the true ending. You don't get the full story unless you play through both normal mode and nightmare mode. Okay. Everything after that, from what I understand, is just kind of icing.
Yeah, that's cool. So you don't know exactly what ultimate mode is?
I do not. Ultimate mode, from what I understand, is just like normal mode, but Zangetsu has all of his boosted abilities. Because what happens is when you decide to kill an ally instead of recruiting them, you gain special abilities. So, for example, instead of getting a Miriam, Zangetsu gets a double jump. Instead of getting Jeeble or whatever, you get a slashing attack when you jump. So normally when Zangetsu jumps, he just kind of stabs his sword forward. I guess Grant Dynasty style, or Ryu style. But when you get this upgrade, it becomes like an arc. It's like a slashing arc, so it has a much wider range of attack, which is handy. And then if you kill the third ally, you gain like a speed boost. You can hold down one of the buttons to go really fast. So,
okay, that's
or it's like a dash.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It kind of makes you feel better for killing the allies, but not really, because it's like, yeah, this is still a lot harder to go through.
Yeah.
Even with these boosts, it's harder to go through the game than it would be with the allies.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It's nice to have a challenge, to be honest.
Yeah. And I read that Gebel is the antagonist, Miriam is the protagonist, and Gebel is the antagonist in Ritual of the Night.
Really? Interesting. No, I haven't heard anything really about the real game that's coming out. I do think it's really weird that at the end of Nightmare Mode, where they save his soul, they send him to the afterlife. And apparently the afterlife is like the top of the tower that you see at the beginning of Mega Man 2. But it's like at night, because it's really weird.
Just Zangetsu sitting there with his hair blowing.
That's what it's like, but he's not standing there. He's lying there. And it's like, you know how in Mega Man 2 it like pans up that skyscraper? It just starts at him and then it pans down. It's very weird. It's
an urban Elysian Fields from Greek mythology.
It's very weird. So I kind of assumed that maybe he was the boss in Ritual of the Night, because like it seemed like they sent his ass to the future or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, it was weird because it goes from
take this sleeping potion, but only take 5 drops.
It is 5 drops. How many drops? Yes.
I still need to see seasons 2 and 3 of Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah, it took me a little too long to realize that you were making an Army of Darkness reference. Sorry about that.
I'm really hoping, because Bruce Campbell said that once it got canceled, like he's done with Ash, but I'm going to cross my fingers and hope Netflix would pick it up, because that show was amazing, and
Netflix.
It needs a bigger audience, because Stars, I mean, fuck, come on.
Yeah, no one has Stars.
Yeah, you only have Stars if it comes in the package that you have to get HBO.
Sure.
Like, no one's like, yeah, Stars.
Yeah.
Because like I heard that Kelsey Grammer's Boss show on Stars was really good,
Frasier
but
too.
It's on Stars.
Frasier 2, Electric Boogaloo. The one where Niles, is that the one where Niles is a serial killer?
Oh yeah,
I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Dexter, but with Niles.
I want him to fight Dexter every episode. Like they try to serial kill each other. And then when Niles serial kills Dexter, he's like, "You done got serial killed." Slash. And then the next episode starts and it just resets everything. It's the same. It's like okay, hear me out. It's like Groundhog's Day, but also Dexter and also Frasier. So like, take those 3 things, put them together, and you got serial killers with a Z.
See, I'd like it to be, it's Niles, but it's just called Niles. But it's about the part before Frasier.
It's about the river.
Before Frasier moves back to Seattle, when it's just Niles stuck in his shitty marriage with Maris, and he kills people to pacify himself. He stops when he meets Daphne at the beginning of Frasier. And Eddie, you're right.
Because Eddie talks to him. He's like the son of Sam, but in
son
reverse.
Of Sam.
And he's like, no, don't do this. Oh my God, did you just kill that woman? Holy shit, this isn't salad or scrambled eggs. Fuck.
When you can't understand me anymore, then you're a good man, Niles.
You're healed.
What's that, Eddie?
Yeah. Oh, remember that time Eddie sounded like a big ass fucking dog? It's slowly, because as Niles like got his grips, he got his fingers wrapped around the hope of sanity. Eddie started sounding more and more like the Eddie that we know and love. Oh, dude, can we please play?
It's the rest of the story of.
Can we please play? Can you run a Call of Cthulhu Frasier game? Can you please do that?
Or each of you have to play a different character.
We reach $600 on Patreon. There will be a Frasier Call of Cthulhu actual play. If Tyler
Seattle,
won't run it,
1999.
I will. Yes. Oh my God, I fucking love it. Let's do it.
The Backstreet Boys top the charts.
We're really close to 500 on Patreon.
Fuck yeah.
We're close. If we get to 500,
damn.
we're going to get our photos taken with our waifu pillows.
You're damn right.
And Jacob is going to cringe.
Oh yeah.
She's
oh
gonna
yeah.
Cringe.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to just hand them out to people. Like at work.
Hey, I'm going to frame it at work.
Put it on my fridge at home. So it's another thing that Henry can ask me about. What's this? Second wife. Second mommy.
Real mommy.
This is your real mother.
Where did I come out of this zipper at the bottom?
Yeah. I point to Nikki. This one's not even a pillow.
This one squirms when I put it in her bottom.
Not this one. Stroking the pillow. This one lets me do whatever I want.
Oh, man.
And my dog Clementine says I can keep fucking it until I can't understand
We
her
share
anymore.
it. We both share it.
Yeah, it's fine.
This one will have it real with the dog.
It's nice. Sharing's a good thing in most situations. Love the music in this game.
Music, sound effects,
I don't
all
have
that top notch.
much else to talk about other than the music is really good. The music is really good. Really good. Like, it's the kind of good where I was at work at my desk and I'm humming the songs. It's like...
Yeah, nice.
Not playing this game has been agony. Like, the Monday and Tuesday at work, like, has been like, oh my fucking God, I cannot wait to go home so I can finish this game. Like, I've got this drive to finish this game. And I think it is because it's so, like, carrot and stick. It's like, it's a short enough game that I feel like I'm not wasting my time playing it. But at the same time, I am putting as much time into it as, you know, a larger game. It's just I'm playing the same thing over again in a different way. I can't stress enough the replayability factor of this game. It is like a huge, huge strength.
See, I think that's awesome. So
I love it, man. I really do. I loved this game. This has been way better than I thought it was going to be. I figured it was going to be good, but I mean, it is like, wow. And I'm really excited. I hope that you finish it because
I will.
I thought about you multiple times playing this game where it's like, man, I hope and I bet Tyler loves this game.
I absolutely will finish it. Yeah.
I really do. I really think it's worth finishing. I think you'd enjoy the rest of it a lot, even though I spoiled the story. Sorry.
I told the story when I finished the rest of the game for this episode.
Yeah.
So. But if you don't have much else to say,
I don't.
I do have 10 questions.
You got a quiz?
Fuck yeah.
Is number one question on the quiz, what happened to our soundboard? I don't know the answer to that.
It's just a one question quiz.
And I'm so worried that when I'm editing this episode, it's going to be like everything's fine up until that point, and everything after is just like me. You hear you fine, but it's me. I'm like underwater or something.
Is it? Yeah.
Man, everybody just heard it.
Yeah, Frasier.
Yeah, right. Everyone heard just great one-sided conversation about Niles and listening to Eddie. You got a quiz?
Because basically, all right, so Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon is a tribute to the Castlevania games of old that Konami doesn't give a fuck about anymore, but people still do. So I think you could call Bloodstained Curse of the Moon a spin-off of Castlevania.
Yeah, totally.
So what I have for you is a spin-off quiz about different television spin-offs.
Okay, I'm probably not going to do great at this. This is definitely like a quiz that you would do better at than me. So, perfect. Let's do it.
Number one, this spin-off stars a much younger Face of Bo.
Oh, that is Torchwood.
Torchwood is correct.
I almost said Torchlight, but that's a video game.
Different Strokes bought us this spin-off that had young girls talking about if they were a Tootie, Blair, Joe, or Natalie.
Facts of Life.
Facts of Life is correct. Number three, this deadpan protagonist came out or spun out of Beavis and Butthead.
Daria,
correct.
Da 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 da.
Love Daria. I don't think the first thing I ever jerked off to that was animated was anime. I think it was Brittany and Daria.
Let's see, it was Daria? Really? We have a lot in common.
Let's see. Number four. This vampire spin-off of a Vampire Slayer show is way better than the original.
Angel.
Angel is correct.
I haven't seen Angel. It's totally better than Buffy?
Oh, I think Angel
really?
kicks Buffy. I mean, I like Buffy, but I think Angel kicks Buffy's ass.
You just need a strong male protagonist.
Yeah. Goddamn right. No, I just think the ending of Angel, the TV series, it continues on in comics, but the final episode of Angel is one of my favorite episodes of TV of all time.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. Number 5. Denise Huxtable attends college in this Cosby spinoff.
Different World.
A Different World is correct. I wouldn't have got that one.
That was tough. That was tough. I had to really wow, I said that like a tiger. Really? I really had to I closed my eyes.
They took off my arms and they threw them over there.
I had to close my eyes and physically walk down a hallway that represented memories.
Oh, you had to go to your memory palace.
Yeah, the memory palace. Yeah, then open the door where it's all right, we open that, and then I got there from what I had to focus on, what are the things? Horcrux in Harry Potter.
Yep.
Like a lich's phylactery, right? The Horcrux was Dwayne's flip-up shade glasses. That was what I pictured in my mind. I think his name was Dwayne.
See, I wasn't a big fan of the Cosby Show. Melissa fucking loves the Cosby Show.
I loved it, yeah.
And she can separate Cosby from the show.
I can't anymore.
She really Micah posted, who is your favorite TV dad? And she, I want to put Cosby, but I'm going to get so much shit for that.
Fuck it, I'm going to put Niles.
Fuck yeah. Let's see. This spinoff starred B. Arthur as the antithesis of Archie Bunker.
Please say that again.
This spinoff starred B. Arthur as the antithesis of Archie Bunker.
Maud.
Maud is correct.
Maud, yes. Woo, that was tough.
This spinoff is a spinoff of a spinoff, and it was Dynamite.
Oh, shit. I don't know this one. I'm familiar with the phrase dynamite because that guy was in a commercial in the 90s, I think.
A lot of stuff.
God. Damn it. I really wanted to ace this, but I do not know the answer to this. What is it?
Good times.
Good times.
Good times. The Fonz fought this alien that eventually got a spinoff.
That's Mork and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy.
But Mindy's not an alien.
That's
so
true.
That question's misleading.
Well,
I really had to think about that.
Mork. I would have accepted Mork.
Yeah.
This was the satirical conservative spinoff that led to George Bush being skewered by the host at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Whoa. Man, would you mind? I don't know this. Would you mind reading that again?
This was the satirical conservative spinoff that led the host to skewering George Bush at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
That's not the Colbert Report, is it?
Colbert Report is correct. Because it is a spinoff of The Daily Show.
Yeah, totally. I was just in sitcom mode. That's why I was like, my favorite Bush? Or what was the name of that show?
That's my Bush.
That's my Bush. There you go. My favorite Bush. That's a subreddit.
That's the porn spinoff of that.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know that exists, right?
I hope so.
No, it definitely does. As much there's a lot of presidential porn out there.
Number 10. This was the most successful spinoff.
The most successful spinoff? That's not a fair question. Jesus?
He's a spinoff of God. You're right.
Let me think. Can I think for just a little bit? The most successful spinoff? In what regards?
All of them.
Manpog?
TV sitcom.
Oh, okay. The most successful TV sitcom spinoff. The most successful. So it had the best ratings kind of deal?
Ratings, longevity, ratings and longevity, I would say. Critical acclaim because it had the most over all the seasons, the most nominations, Emmy nominations.
Give me a minute.
You want a hint?
Yeah, a hint would be divine.
We were talking about it.
We were talking about it?
Yeah.
We were talking, how long ago? Frasier. It's fucking Frasier. God damn it.
It is Frasier.
Wow, that was embarrassing. Yeah, I went to my memory palace and I opened the door, and every time it was empty nest. That fucking golden retriever, Labrador, whatever the fuck, he was just sitting there wagging his tail.
What is his name? Shit.
I don't know. Michael.
Justin.
Justin. He turned it to a whip. It's actually his tail. Did you know that?
Dreyfus.
Dreyfus. Wait, that was it.
Yep.
What was the dog's name in Fraggle Rock? I'm going to issue you a dog quiz right now on the spot. Was it Rufus?
I don't know.
I don't think
that just sounds right.
Because I can hear the guy right now. Sprocket.
Sprocket.
Oh, Sprocket, old boy.
Sprocket.
Yeah, Sprocket. All right. I'm for real going to do this.
Okay.
What's the dog's name? Which is the dog? Milo or Otis?
Otis. Milo was it Milo the orange cat?
Probably.
Okay.
We're going to go with probably correct. All right. Question number 3. This dog is an expert hacker.
Ein dog.
Ein dog.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a story about the new dog?
Please.
I can't remember if I told this yet or not. Did I talk about what Henry was calling Clementine?
No.
Ein dog. Yeah. And he because as far the only dog he knew was Gracie, my mom's dog, and then a photograph of Ein dog. So we'd always talk about Ein dog. And when Clementine, happy Valentine's. When Clementine came home, that was the first thing. He was like, Ein dog. And I was like, all right, that's just a dog. No offense, new puppy, but you're just a dog.
I still get sad whenever Kenneth will bring up Abby, which I'm surprised she remembers, but my mom's dog that died. Or where were we? We're all out to eat somewhere, and the waitress was talking to the girls, and they were
How are y'all enjoying your dog tonight?
Yeah. all your dogs alive and well? They were asking, do you guys have any pets? And they were talking about Bella, and kid was like, I had Abby. She died.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I feel like that's a little kid thing to just bluntly say, because there is I think she's 5 now. There's a 5-year-old at work. She's not employed. She's just a child, and
it's slave labor.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
You make her sing.
We've signed. Yeah, right. Yeah. So when I got the puppy, I got the puppy at work. So she was hanging out in my office because there was a puppy in my fucking office.
Oh yeah, of course.
And so she was telling me about the fact that she had a dog, but she died. That seems to be but she died is a kid line.
I have no emotional connection, but I've told that this is what you call the situation.
Yeah, it's kind of like kids. When dogs die, they're like Joe Friday about it. They're just I had a dog, it died on June 9th.
just the facts.
Yeah, that's it.
Just the facts. The dog's dead.
Man, I loved me some Dragnet on Nick at Night.
I never would have watched it except I had to at night. It was in between the 2 shows I wanted to watch, so I ended up watching a lot of Dragnet.
I loved it. And I loved, you remember when Nick at Night used to do those bumpers where they give fun facts about a show? And I remember the one about Dragnet was talks about how Joe Friday never moved
swung his arms when he walked. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that too. I always remember that. I still look for that to see if people do that. Yeah, man.
I do too. And for a while, I remember it okay.
Did you try and do it?
Yeah, I did. It's great. It doesn't feel good, but it's just it's a sense of accomplishment where it's yeah, I'm doing it. I'm Joe Friday in this motherfucker.
I want to see him remake Dragnet. The only difference is he walks like Naruto. Instead of being still, he just walks
with his arms back behind him.
Yeah.
I like to think he just runs everywhere. And then, God, I can't remember his partner's name. The older dude.
I don't remember either.
It's Joe Friday and blah, 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 the other guy.
Yeah.
But the other guy never runs like that. So they're actually, the spinoff to Dragnet is the shit that happens while the partner walks to Joe Friday.
Yeah, just a remake where he's wearing a leaf headband and he runs like Naruto everywhere. Nothing mentioned about it, nothing said.
Naruto Cops. We need to pitch this show. This and Serial Killers with a Z. These are 2 shows we need to pitch. Why are we not fucking TV producers?
I don't know either.
It's clear because TV's dead.
Yeah, it's true.
TV's dead. Roseanne killed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about, we brought up Princess Leia, and then a few days later she died. We did an episode over Roseanne. A few days later that's canceled.
That show's canceled, yeah. So, God, we mentioned a lot of people today.
We're media necromancers.
Yeah, we are media necromancers. No, I think we're just media murderers. If we were media necromancers, we'd be like, hey, look, Roseanne is back, but it's it doesn't really have a soul to it anymore. Yeah. It's all about Darlene. That's what they're doing, right? That's a rumor I've heard.
Yeah, that they want to reboot it with Darlene.
There is some true media necromancy that's going to be going on.
Yep. Or a Franken show is what I think I've heard it.
Franken
that kind
show?
of thing being called, yeah.
That's necromancy, right?
Yeah.
Would you consider...
I mean that's magical construct, but I think the books in the tome are all necromancy.
Yeah, and they use...
To get real fucking nerdy for a second.
Victor uses cadaver parts, But yeah, you're right. It is technically Frankenstein's monster is a construct.
Oh, because what is it, Stephen? I was reading a thing about Frankenstein on Reddit about Stephen King talking about how the old horror movies basically introduced there are three archetypes to horror.
Yes.
Like the vampire, the werewolf, and the thing that doesn't have a name.
Yes.
And everything fits into those three.
If you enjoyed that, let me give you a book that you can borrow. Stephen King has a wonderful book called Dance Macabre that came from.
Okay.
And he goes deeper into that. Like there's a chapter on each one of those. And then he talks about haunted house stories and stuff like that. It's a really interesting book on like story crafting. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad people are talking about that on Reddit.
Yep.
That's an old ass book.
Because they were talking about how weird, basically everything that went into Mary Shelley writing Frankenstein and how weird that was and how weird her life was.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Absolutely. Great. That's awesome. I love it. Because like she wrote that as part of a contest, right?
Yep. Like what her and her husband would have contests. Oh, okay.
Because they were, and her husband too. Like they were all like writing friends, I guess, and they had their own cabin party, like we have our cabin party, but probably with just a lot less NBA James.
Probably. We're not for certain, but probably.
Yeah, they had the kind of cabin parties where it's like, I propose we have a contest where we each write 500 pages and see which is the best.
This is the age where school is entertainment because there's nothing else to do.
Right. As opposed to, I wonder whose dick is the biggest on the cast of The Big Bang Theory. I could write 500 pages on that.
It's Penny.
It's totally Penny. It's Eddie.
Remember that scene where he runs in? Yeah, it's Eddie.
With big old dick dragging knocking tables over. Tripping David from Roseanne. I don't know his character.
He runs in once and disconnects all the computers. He rips out all the Ethernet cords behind the computer with this giant dog dick, and then runs away, jumps on the elevator. Never seen it again.
Right. And he's like a snow speeder in The Empire Strikes Back. His dick is a tow cable, just wrapping around people and pulling them down. That's actually, if anybody is really, really good at video editing, could you please... I will commission this. It has to be good, but I will commission this. Just tell me how much it'll cost. I want you to take footage from Empire Strikes Back, replace the snow speeder with Eddie from Frasier, and replace the tow cable with just a big old dick.
And you can put Frasier's like a metallic Frasier face on the AT-AT.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, that's great. Yeah.
Old mullet Frasier.
Mullet Frasier, yeah, totally.
Oh, man. Oh, that's all I got.
I have some questions for you.
Like, yeah.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've had a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Truthfully. This has been a wonderful podcast. I hope that the audio comes through okay. I got to tell you, really worried about that. But before we close things out, I have a few questions for you. The first of which is, if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would give it the long, shaggy, earthen beard of Sid Copperbeard, warrior of Earth.
I see.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give it the small spectacles of Cetus Mori, the true necromancer of darkness, played by Josh Nance in Ramon's Elemental game.
Cetus. Wow. Man, you remember some
I had
D&D
to ask.
shit. Like, okay, good. That makes me feel better.
Because
I don't remember this stuff.
I remember that for a long time, but that one left me. I remembered your character because I used your character when I did an Elemental game in DC.
Right,
and
sure.
Your character was the Guardian, so I remember Akamaru Daichi.
This is the only thing I remember about Akamaru, other than the fact that he's named after the dog in Naruto. Scaring everybody at the table.
Oh, yeah, you scared everybody.
Where that scene, I hate to tell a gaming story, but like I was thinking about this just the other day. Like this makes me happy. And the reason I thought about it was because I got on to Clementine about something. Like I'm teaching her not to use her teeth, you know? So it's like gently closing her mouth and saying no, and then if she does it, getting louder. And one time, like, she got me real good, and I closed her mouth and I said no, and then Henry was on the couch, and Henry like jumped up in the air, like frightened, and I was like, "I'm sorry, you're fine, you're fine." But man, that was like this is like one of my favorite gaming memories. Is like we all were in jail. I can't remember. We were in prison for something, and Akamaru was a samurai, and like his most prized possession was like an ancestral katana. And when we were incarcerated, all of our belongings had been taken, and that made Akamaru furious. But he's got like this like real quiet fury, like this intense like laser thing going on. Which is fun because I get to channel that, which is great. And I remember trying to make an intimidate check to get the guard to bring me the sword. And I remember it was great because it's like everything was perfect about it because I asked him to get the sword, and I guess Ramon was running that game, and I guess he was trying to think about what that NPC would say, being flat out asked to bring the contraband. Because it's like, who asks that shit?
Yeah.
And so, like, while he was processing that,
you had drawn everybody in the way you were like talking quietly.
very quiet,
so we were all like
very quiet, very like deliberate, like kind of like, this is what you're going to do for me. You are going to get my sword because it is very important to me, and bring it back. And then, like, in that moment where everything's quiet, Akamaru just says, "Go!" And it was like everyone at the table like jumped.
Yeah, because I remember Ramon was like, "Good," and like he wanted to go get you a sword.
That was fun. That was a fun game. Akamaru was a fun character. I wish we could have finished.
No, I really, really enjoyed that game.
He also enjoyed fishing, in case anybody was curious.
I know, and then like the only other katana you would wield was the one that Sid made for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Man, I forgot. Man, so many good like D&D memories.
Yeah.
Tyler?
Yes, Dave.
I've got another question for you. Does this game belong on the NES Classic?
Fuck yeah.
All right, I agree. It is not an NES game, but it does belong to the NES
Damn
Classic.
right it does.
Take Balloon Fight off, put Bloodstained Curse of the Moon on, call it done.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I bet you could put Bloodstained
ROM
Curse of the
hack that,
Moon on.
maybe.
Oh man, that'd be good. That'd be pretty fucking sweet right there. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got. So we're running pretty long. So
We
there
are.
we go.
It's a long boy.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
It's a long boy. Just like Eddie's dick.
It's a long boy.
Long, so long.
So thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher. Gotta find that YouTube. Classic episodes on YouTube.
Classic episodes on YouTube. Also, any of the Twitch live stream archives, if you've missed any of that.
Yes, please subscribe to Dave.
They'll be, I put those up there.
Are they all under the Tyler and Dave Play Old Games?
Yep, they are.
Okay, because there's a
Same old
TADPOG podcast, but no, do find Tyler and Dave Play Old Games.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the same as where you find all the old episodes. I just upload it to another playlist. I didn't even ask anybody or anything. I just started doing it.
No,
so.
I mean, it's your shit. So.
I was just like, well, I mean, this is something that people
and
might
I love your artwork
might
that you
enjoy.
do for every episode, so.
And I'm thinking maybe people will be like, yeah, let me check this out, and then be like, whoa, there are like 500 fucking episodes of this. Like, what is this? So I don't know.
Yeah, so please check that out. Do you want to send us something? We got these packages helping us on our intros. We like that a lot. So if you want to send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Yes. You want to give us a call? You can do it at 270-883-2555. We do have some backlog to get through. The goal was to play more calls on each episode, but it hasn't been happening because we're just
talking
kind
about
of
shit.
Going long, talking about dog dicks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sorry.
Dog dicks and Frasier, as always.
Sorry. Next time we'll talk about cat dicks, I guess, just to even it out. And the eternal war between cats and dogs. It's kind of like werewolves and vampires, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Only less than Janine Garofalo than in Cats and Dogs.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Janine Garofalo because I
generally
I mean, I like Janine Garofalo. I think she's funny. I almost brought her up when you were talking about Daria.
She is the human Daria.
Yeah, living incarnation of Daria.
Yeah.
I mean, that's totally.
Let's see what else we got. I'm going to put this of what Mike sent us on the TADPOG Instagram. So that's TADPOG _podcast on Instagram.
Excellent.
Facebook.com/TADPOG.
Yep.
And then you can also try to get into TADPOG Nation if you're not a robot. And that's where all
That's pretty much the bar to enter is, are you a robot?
Yep.
If you're not, then search for TADPOG Nation.
Are you a robot or a crazy ex? Either way.
Oh, yeah. My crazy exes can come in.
Yeah?
Totally. I feel like that would actually be, like, amazing if, like, an ex showed up in TADPOG Nation, because it would be like, these people are going to eat you alive.
I'm pretty much referring to just Melissa's ex. So
oh, okay.
Mine can come in as well. That's fine. Just Melissa's one. Right. Else we got anything?
We do have a Patreon.
Oh, yeah, that thing. So, yeah, I guess we can talk about that.
Hey, did you enjoy this conversation about Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, It's Now a Woman, and also us talking about dog penises? If you did, you can give us money for that at patreon.com. You can find us at patreon.com.
You're probably thinking that, how can I give them money for this?
Oh, my God. I haven't been able to orgasm like this in ages. You can find us at patreon.com/tadpog. A lot of awesome people fucking donating on there. I want to give a shout out to a new donor, Chris Ott. Chris, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the bonus episodes that we've got on there. Tyler, we need to figure out what we're going to do for our second bonus episode this month. So we'll talk about that. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about Chris Vaughn's special box.
Yeah.
We could take some more calls.
Talk
about Frasier.
You just want to hang out?
Or whatever.
Because we've done that before for Patreon. That's
also fun.
I love the hangout episodes where it's just like, we just show up and
whatever
talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Also, I know we mentioned it earlier. We're almost to $500 on Patreon.
Yeah.
If we get to $500 on Patreon, we are going to have professional portraits taken of us with waifu pillows for real. That's
preferably at a Sears portrait
studio. It's a real thing. Yes.
There's one in Clarksville.
So I don't know. If you're already donating, just tell a friend.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
And they'll tell two friends.
And then they'll tell two friends. And then
they'll tell two friends.
Before you know it, we'll all be like Eddie. You can also leave us a 5-star review if you want on iTunes. It is the biggest way to kind of like get ourselves out there. Oh, shit. One more thing on Patreon. I forgot all about this. Today at work, maybe. No, I was totally at home, not at work. I wasn't doing this at work. I found something really cool online that I think we should buy.
Okay.
For $7,000, we can own our very own 1970s fire truck. We can own a TADPOG fire truck. We need to raise $7,000. I want to fill the water reservoirs with either Mondo or Coke Zero, and I want to drive that motherfucker Ecto 1 style to the Louisville Arcade Expo 2019.
And just finally wash all that vomit up with a blast of Mondo.
Yeah, I'm gonna park the fire truck in the courtyard. It's gonna be it's gonna be the best. All we need is $7,000.
$7,000 to buy it, and then $7,000 in gas to get to Louisville.
Yeah, and then $20,000 in Mondo. I'd say we could fill it with Jaeger or Monster Energy drink, but if we fill it up with Monster Energy drink, we could own a small nation if we had enough money to fill
Jaeger. We'll call it Jaeger Last Supper, and it'll be.
Yeah, perfect. I love it. So if you have an extra $7,000 lying around, just send it to us, and I promise that's what we'll do with it.
We'll buy it. Yeah, exactly.
I promise.
If one person sends us $7,000 right to fire truck,
or if 7 of you send in $1,000.
Okay, there we go.
Look, as long as we get the $7,000. I'm serious. I want this truck.
Okay.
I want this truck. I sat there and I was like, I wonder if I can get a loan to buy a fire truck. And I'm like, what? Can I just own a fire? Like, can I just buy a fire truck? Is that legal?
What's the insurance on a fire truck?
It'd be a classic car. So
it's an old like
1970s.
The wood ladders on the side.
It's not that old. It does have a Dalmatian skeleton inside it, though.
Perfect. A Fallout.
Yes.
Fire engine.
Yep, totally. So I'm just saying, if you want to send us $7,000, I know what we're going to do with it.
Well, our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. A link to that track can be found at tadpog.com.
That's right. Do you want to figure out what we're going to talk about next episode?
Yeah,
typically
what do you want
do
to do?
that.
What do you want to do?
I have a suggestion from Edgelord Kyle that I would like to fulfill if you're okay with it. Are you familiar with a game called Wall Street Kid?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think it might be a fun episode.
About time to do a shitty game?
Yes.
Okay.
We haven't done a shitty game in a long time.
Let's do a shitty
and
game.
Edgelord Kyle has requested it.
Okay.
And I think that would be a fun one.
All right.
Are you down?
I'm down.
Okay, cool.
Wall Street Kid. Let's do it.
Wall Street Kid. On 5.
How you want to close this out, Dave?
I'd say like our favorite demon, but I don't know how all my favorite demons sound.
Favorite demon. Okay.
You got one?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do the same one. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
All right.
So until next time. Tropical Capricorn. Yeah. And now a dramatic reading by Tyler Holland. Johnny was a good bowler and a good man. He was one of us. He was a man who loved the outdoors and bowling. And as a surfer, he explored the beaches of Southern California from La Jolla to Lido, Carrillo, up to Pismo. He died. He died as so many young men of his generation before his time. In your wisdom, Lord, you took him as you took so many bright, flowering young men at Quezon, at Languedoc, at Hill 364. These young men gave their lives. And so would Donnie. Donnie, who loved bowling. And so Theodore Donald Karabatsos, in accordance with what we think your dying wish might have been, we commit your final mortal remains to the bosom of the Pacific Ocean, which you loved so well. Good night, sweet prince.
I got some achievements for this game.
Yeah.
I bet you thought I forgot.
Yeah.
Bet you thought. 30 minutes after we were done recording and I'm leveling the episode, I bet you thought I'd forgotten about achievements. Joke's on you.
Haha, listener.
Joke's on you. I just wanted to waste 30 minutes of my life to undo everything that I just did to re-edit. But for good reason. So one of the great things about streaming on Twitch is that listeners can help come up with achievements for the games that we're talking about. Curse of the Moon, no exception to that. We actually had a lot of really good ones, which is why I didn't want to put off reading these achievements out. I've got, and there are more than the ones I'm about to read, because I was overwhelmed by achievements for this game. First achievement, coming from Faceful of Alien Wingwong, like a porno. I don't know why I read that with zero confidence. like a porno.
Girls got her boobies out.
Like a porno.
Well, you read it like George Michael.
Yeah. In order to unlock like a porno.
Dave was unsure about reading the title for that achievement.
Can we please, since we have Clint Howard in Star Wars, can we get Ron Howard to please narrate our podcast? Because that would be fucking amazing. In order to unlock like a porno, you need to download the wrong ROM and end up playing Bloodstained, Curse of the Poon. I just wanted to say Curse of the Poon. So thank you very much, Faceful of Alien Wingwong.
We both feel good about that one. They didn't.
Next achievement I've got coming from Shadowrunner Cody is, how do we pronounce his name? Okay, Cody.
Shadowrunner Cody?
Cody. No. Giebel?
Gabble?
So
Goebbels.
Gerbils.
Vampire Joseph Goebbels.
The achievement is Labige. Labige? In order to unlock Labige, you need to recruit Alucard. Jeeble.
Ah, okay.
Jeeble backwards.
There you go. I had to look at it and be like, all right.
That's the joke. Next achievement I've got.
Le beg.
That's what French dogs do when they want table scraps. Je suis la jeune fille. Next achievement I got, coming from Bubba Drewski, Not Batman. And in order to unlock Not Batman, you need to beat the game exclusively using Alfred. The Alchemist.
All right. That's going to be fucking hard.
Yeah, impossible, probably. Next achievement comes from Tadpog, Santa, Kanaha, Jack-a-Ziggy Moons. Excuse me while I whip this out. In order to unlock, excuse me while I whip this out, you unlock Miriam because she has a whip. Mm-hmm. Next achievement is Burn Them All. And I bring this up because I've been playing The Lost Vikings on our Facebook page. And I have a tendency in The Lost Vikings, you cannot progress to the next level unless all 3 Vikings are alive. So what'll happen is when I'm trying out a level and I don't know what I'm doing and one of them dies, and it's like, well, fuck it. I'll just kill the other 2 so I can just go ahead and try again. So that's why I wanted to include this one. Burn Them All. In order to unlock Burn Them All, when one hero dies, you immediately kill everyone else. And that's coming from Bubba Shane.
Fair's fair.
Which, I'll be honest with you, in this game, when Miriam would die, because she was my favorite, I kind of did have the inclination to be like, fuck it. Like when the only one left was Alfred, I usually just ran Alfred off a fucking cliff or something. Next achievement I've got, this is coming from Edgelord Kyle, is Zan gets you, so why don't you get him? And in order to unlock Zan gets you, so why don't you get him? You need to ditch Zangetsu after level 1 and only use the supporting characters. So essentially almost nightmare mode.
Yeah.
Last achievement comes from yours truly. Wheel in the Sky keeps on burning. And in order to unlock Wheel in the Sky keeps on burning. Wheel in the Sky keeps on burning. It's for Brandon Eves of Axelay fame. In order to, you're welcome for using your full name. In order to unlock Wheel in the Sky keeps on burning, you need to use Alfred's Flame Wheel spell, then switch to Gerbil, then turn into a bat and fly around. And it's totally possible. That is a thing you can do.
All right.
And that is a nice combo.
I was about to say, yeah, because I imagine the negative to flying around is getting knocked the fuck out of the sky. But
exactly.
Got that.
And then he's also, when in bat form, he's got that dash move that you can use. So you can just become essentially a fireball.
That's pretty cool.
That's all I got. Those are all the achievements.
All right.
Thank you for submitting them, everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, I totally didn't forget about them. Bye.